Thank you.
I started to make music when I was about 21 years old, and I was failing my film classes. I went to school to be a filmmaker, and I spent a lot of time wandering around downtown Chicago, and ended up in a lot of hotel lobbies and ballrooms where they have pianos, and my piano skills sort of began like this, and I just sort of figured it out. I work as a movie projectionist, and that has had a great influence because I see lots of different films, lots of different directors, and from different countries, and really just spending a lot of time in that theater has been a huge influence on me. So film school was for me unfulfilling in every way, but being around films and watching films has been more of an education for me than anything else.
Makes you try and tell a joke, then wish that you had never spoke. Approaching through the fog, embraces lucky dog, groping for more than I can hold. Sulking like a 12-year-old, then suddenly I find myself dancing. Oh, how I hate dancing.
Less and less these days I write about love or the lack of it. It's started to be far less interesting to me than buildings and empty spaces and things like that. Generally, I'll get one word or phrase stuck in my head, and I'll think it over and over again, and then I'll start looking for music or another phrase that can be worthy of sitting next to it. And when I have enough of them, you know, then I sit down at the piano and you know, start from there.
Disaster, disaster, explosions ripping through the paint and plaster. Disaster, disaster, disaster.
My first record, Disaster, I recorded on a 8-track machine. It was called a BR8, and it used zip discs, and it only had 8 tracks, and I played all the instruments on that. And then my second record, I taught myself how to use Pro Tools and recorded it myself, but a little more professionally. I had other musicians, but it was still a home-produced thing. We recorded it in my kitchen and in my bathroom. The new record is a mixture of some of that and a lot of what came out of the sessions for the record, which will follow it next year. And we recorded most of it at Electrical Audio with Greg Norman and Justin Dennis in Chicago.
Don't touch me, don't touch me with dirty hands. God knows they've been, God knows who they've been. The top of the list or the bottom of sin. Don't look at me, don't look at me with those eyes. God knows that they've seen, God knows that they've seen all the unthinkable, all the unclean.
My relationship with the stage would be that I am a reluctant performer. I would probably rather spend all my time sitting in a room writing songs and sliding them under the door, sight unseen. But I've come over the last 2 or 3 years through touring to really appreciate performing, and it's been a way for me to learn about the songs I've already written as a means of moving forward and writing better songs after that. A huge influence on me growing up when I was a boy, and as a aspiring filmmaker and then songwriter, his work spoke to me. And I think that similarly he would say that his work has a lot of darkness in it, but is not all dark, and that certain things that one might look at as being very dark, he would see a totally different way. And I experienced that. A lot of the songs of mine that people think are really dark are, to me, very funny, and then quite the reverse about other songs. There's a thread that runs through his work that I definitely feel in mine.
Thank you.